Hello everybody, my name is Brink and welcome to another episode of Resonant Rise. I'm on the server and I got a lot to show you and I have a lot to do. I did a lot of work on the outside of the structure of the building and I think I have an idea of what I want to do. There's a couple of things, a couple of ways that I can go, a couple of different directions that I can go. But what it seems like to me that I'd like to do is to get sort of a dome up here, somewhere around this level here. If I can back up, you can sort of get an idea of the size that I want to go, maybe around up to here on a dome, and that'll provide a couple of levels. Each level will be about 20 feet or 20 blocks high. You'll notice I have elevators here and they're separated by 20s, so that should work out. And then of course this elevator goes all the way down to the main level. And maybe a basement level. I don't know that we need one. It's always good to have it on the outside. This way it makes the building look a little bit more grand. But as far as the right wing, or the east wing, I don't know if this is east. I took my radar off just to clean up the screen a little bit. On the inside, I've provided walls all around just to hold up the structure. And on the east wing over here, I think this is east, we're going to have Botania. And I don't need a whole lot of space for Botania. So, or Botania, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I will have sort of a dirt level so that I can grow all the plants and jaded amaranth and have all the things automated, and then we'll pipe it under this catwalk here. As you can see, one of the reasons why I do this is so that then I can use all the space to go then up here into the ME system, and then I can feed in here. Makes it a lot neater to get everything out of the way like this. That'll work out just fine. And so we'll have some columns going up, some grand windows here, and then we'll close it off here. So it's a small little structure or block of a room, just enough to get my Botania in there. And then on the left wing, or west wing, whatever it is, we'll cut out a hole here, and we'll go into however big I need. The structure can be even deep. It can go this far. We got plenty of room here, but I think I would like to have like a separate building here to do some other stuff. I'm not sure yet. I'm still kind of worried about the plantations. I have an idea for a big warehouse, more like a greenhouse, but in a warehouse shape with multiple floors where all the different seeds and plants can be planted inside the building with light provided inside, because I do want to keep these things running and automated, but I don't want to use my factory reloaded for the planter and harvester. I think I'm going to go with Ender.io or Ancient Warfare, and we'll see how it goes, which one's better. I've been harvesting all of this manually, maybe once a day, so we have plenty. I'm still trying to expand the diamonds out. I'm not getting enough seeds. They don't really have a huge drop of seeds from these. It's a very rare thing. But these other guys, they drop a lot of seeds. I've been running the Tinker Smeltery a whole lot, and right now I see that it stopped. But check this out. Look at all this steel. The steel has been tremendous. The amount of steel that I've had to make in order to, and I haven't needed to use any of those. I may need to use a lot more, but what I plan to do for this episode is start on our ore processing. Now, we don't need to go 5 times ore processing, but I want to. It's fun. It's a lot of fun to build one of these. I built it once before in Mod Sauce. I plan to do it again. You know, I have 3 times ore processing with Mekanism so far. I could do 4, but I do want to do 5 because it's just a lot of fun working with all those chemicals. So that's where all the steel has been going, and the copper as well. I've made these. This time I'm going to make 2 salination tanks, or plants. And I may even go for 2 more after that. I'm going to see how these produce. One was definitely not enough to keep things running for my 5 times ore processing. So this time, in this series, for Resonant Rise, I'm going to be building 2 salination tanks side by side, And I'm going to sort of structure it. I'm going to see if I can. I'm going to sort of structure it in a way to see if I can fit 4 inside of a chunk. This way I can chunk load one single chunk and run 4 salination tanks inside. Not sure if I have enough room, but I'll at least try with these 2, and then I'll get an idea of where the other 2 will go and if they fit. We'll see about that. Let's get rid of this and let's check out our numbers. So this is the exact numbers. If you check my mod sauce series, you'll see that in episode 21 and 22, but 21 was where I built a salination tank, and these are the numbers that I got for the size salination plant that I want to build, which is the maximum size. It's 18 levels high from the ground, and it uses this precise number of things. This time I'm going to be using one ender tank for brine collection, and then one ender tank for brine receiving. This one will go at the base here. This one will go where the 2 salination tanks will be. And both salination tanks will feed into this brine collector and send teleporting the liquid to the base over here. And so that's why we have 2 of the same colors. The water will be divided among these 2. These salination plants need water, and so we'll just get some transfer nodes for liquids with transfer pipes coming out of the water tank and into these 2 salination plants. I don't think it really draws very fast. I think it draws very slowly. Not sure about it. I may need to build some infinite pools of water over there and use that instead with some world interaction upgrades. And this is the way I did it in the first time that I did it in mod sauce. I didn't do it this way. So I don't know that this can keep up, but we'll give it a try. My first step for priority is to look for a desert. Now I flew a lot over there, and I know that when I found the sacred springs, I actually flew by a desert, a very huge desert with some bandits generation. And so I'd like to find it again. I've gone a couple of thousand, maybe 3,000-4,000 blocks this way where our starter base is, and I couldn't find it. So I'm thinking I did a roundabout. Maybe I went this way, I don't know. But I do have to do a lot of flying to look for another desert. It was kind of far away. I could set up another enhanced portal at the desert so we can go back and forth without a problem. But what I'd like to do is maybe travel a little bit in this direction and just hopefully, you know, if I take a long trip over there and it turns out I had a desert right here, that would be pretty bad. So I just want to do a quick scout around this area to see if there's a desert around. I do want to show you before I do that, and I'll do that off camera because I don't know if I'm going to find a desert and how long it'll take. Before I do that, I wanted to show you that I did convert this enhanced portal to a dialing device type, which is always better. I've built them before, but I just wanted to recommend that if you're going to do an enhanced portal, don't even bother with the network type. Use a dialing device type. It costs a little bit more to make, and it has a little bit more complicated setup with the redstone ports or interfaces. These 2 are redstone interfaces. They sense when somebody comes in or out. I'd recommend doing this from the beginning or not doing it at all. It'll save you in the long run, and it's a lot easier to connect to everybody's base from here. So I can set Aaron, I can set NonSanity, Murgo, Ollie. I can set all of theirs in this channel and arrive at their base without an issue. It makes it a lot easier. Alright, finally found it. This is what I was looking for. I took a spin around the base, the sacred base, and it took forever. I couldn't find it, so I decided to go back to the starter base, as you can see right here. And then I traveled in the direction of which I found my Sacred Springs base. So this is what I was talking about, and it is a pretty big desert. Let me just make sure that it is a desert biome, and it is. And yeah, this is one of the bandit villages. And I see that there's only villagers in here. There's a lot to loot here, but I think at this point of the game, I don't need to loot the place. What kind of villager is this? He gives a kinetic capsule. Don't know what that is. But yeah, for a starter position, this would be a great place to loot. You could find a lot of good things. I see that I picked up a cactus off the ground. I don't know if anybody's been through it. I mean, this is the direction for Aaron. I found out afterward. Oh, there's a pyramid here. Yeah, but we're not interested in any of the loot. I'm just interested in the desert. And as close as I can get to the Sacred Springs, it looks like we are about 5,000 blocks away. I didn't bring the provisions to make an enhanced portal. I see that I've been here. That's what I do when I scrounge around. But I guess I'll plant it somewhere in a chunk in this area, just to get as close as possible to the Sacred Springs. We are 5,500 blocks away. Let me make an enhanced portal. I'll bring the stuff over, clean the area a bit where we're going to plant it, and then we can start building our salination plant. Alright, and so we're back. And I noticed that this is actually closer as a desert than the salination plant marker that I put there. So I won't be using that one. I'm going to get rid of it, and let's see if we can delete it. And we'll mark it over here as a new place, salination plant. And this is where we'll set up. Okay, so let's get rid of some of this junk on the screen. Hide the minimap, display the coordinates, and back to game. Alright, we got some brain slimes here. Hopefully they won't bother. Let's turn off the waypoints also. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Alright, let's just put it down to 0, and we're set. Okay, so let's get rid of this guy. He's going to bother us. And he's slowing me down with this nonsense. What is this? Oh, he's on top. Looking all over for him. There he is. Okay, let's take a look at the chunks. We got a chunk right here. Let's clear it out. Didn't have to do too much terraforming like I did the last time. But we need to mark this out. Now, is this any good? No, it's not. Let's get rid of it. Quicksand. Oh, we can throw it in the cactus right here. Kachoom and kaboom. Oh, didn't get destroyed for some reason. And my magnetism is not picking it up for some reason. Alright, we'll do it right here. We've got plenty of clearance here for 4 of them. Alright, the enhanced portal is what I want to set up first. And I think I'm going to set it up somewhere over here. Let's dig into the ground a little bit. I didn't bring my shovel. A couple of things that I forgot to bring. We will need to do something like... let's put this above ground. We can do it above ground. It doesn't really matter. Something like that. Oh, actually, it's only 3 wide. Yeah. Yep. So these 2 right here. And let's put our glasses on because I can't see which block is which. But now we can. Okay. And then we have the portal controller down bottom. Doesn't really matter where you put the things, but I do want the dialing device to be eye level. Makes it a little bit easier. Okay, so this will go here, here, and here. You wonder how I knew it's in my hotbar if I couldn't see it. Because usually when it vanishes from your inventory, it's because it's right there wherever you have it selected is probably where it is. So you just click on the ground and it'll place. Okay, so this is all done. Let's put the sand back. And now I did set the location card at the starter base. So this should be good right there. And now we got to set... Oh, port initializer, you must set a unique identifier. So we need the wrench. And we'll set it to public. Oh, we don't click this, we click this. So this will be Something having to do with salination plant. Well, it's a desert. So we could use the blaze powder, which sort of symbolizes heat. Yeah, let's do that. I mean, nether does also, and so does the magma cream. But I think it catches my eye better with the blaze powder. I think that's fine. So that'll save. And now, do I have to do this? Yes, we do it here. Manual entry to the sacred biome, which was a nether star. We'll save it and call it sacred base. That should be good. Sacred base. And manual entry for the starter base. Save. Hopefully this will work. I'm sure it will work because it accepted the location card. Once it does that, you're pretty set. Okay, so we're all set. I do need to sleep so that zombies don't start coming over. And we can give it a quick check just to make sure this works before we even start this. So let's take our glasses off as if this were a typical day that we're using this. Sacred base. And here we are. Okay, so it's working. Pretty simple setup. And this we do have to set here. So it will be there, save, and salination plant, I guess is the best name we can use. Instead of calling it desert or something like that. Salination plant. Boom. Here we are. Cool. All right, let's start setting up now. So what I'm thinking, I brought a bag of holding, because if I were to carry this dolly with a chest of all the items, I'd get this slowing effect. Slowness and mining fatigue, which really slows you as you're flying over here. I could have just brought all the inventory out of the chest, but since I have it so neatly set, where everything is separated like that, I wanted to keep it just like that. So let's throw all this stuff back in, stuff we don't need, just to get it off our hotbar here. I will need the wand. Oh, I forgot this, which will turn off the portal. Yeah, I am going to need it. Okay, so let's continue with this. There is something else I forgot to do. I have to set this to turn off whenever I am not in the portal. So the bottom one will be, we'll need our wrench. So the bottom one, I believe, is output when portal is removed. Input, create portal on signal. I think that's the way I want it. Let's see if it turns off on its own. It did turn off there. The salination plant. Did it turn off? It did. So we're good. Okay, now let's start the big job. I'm trying to avoid this job because it is kind of complicated to do on camera. Easy enough to do off camera when I'm not being watched. So let's put this in the bag. Okay. So this can go over here for now. Let's just grab one of these, and yeah, let's grab these blocks here. All right, so it's a 4x4, but here's the deal. The solar panels actually extend outside of the salination plant, or each salination plant, by 1 block. And since I want everything to be within a chunk so that it's chunk loaded, I'll need to bring it in 1 block all around the edges like this. Now the bottom layer is a solid piece like this, and let's see, the center is over here of the 4 salination plants. So what I'm going to do is keep this side open for the faucets, or the drains is what it's called. Well, let's get 2 drains out of here. Actually, I got the 2 drains on me. We'll just replace that and go here and here. Now one of them will be for the input of the water, and the water will drive all of these. The other one will be the export or the output of the brine. I'm thinking we have a lot of space here, it looks like. I may have set this a little bit too far back there. I think we have more than enough space to bring it in a bit. And with the magic of editing, I brought it in a bit. So let's do what we just did a second ago and cover this area up and put some faucets down, or drains. Why do I keep calling it faucet? It goes right here, and oh, that's the controller. Don't want the controller there. Let's get rid of the controller and put the drains down here and here. And so the rest will be these blocks, and I'll use the wand from here up. The problem is I can't do it just yet because I have those two faucets there, but now I can. So now if we go straight up, I should have enough blocks to not even need to count it, because the top will need to be 18 blocks high. And so I see that there's still some more here. This should be enough. Let's give it a check and see. Now the controller I'm going to want somewhere in the center, so let's just put it on this side here. And we'll place this there and the controller on this side. Alright, so that's finished. We're almost done, believe it or not. This goes pretty fast. If you know what you're doing, it goes pretty fast. We'll put the solar panels for power now. And that I'll just do blop blop and bloop bloop. Nope, it's vanished. Bloop. And some straight lines up there. Looks really nice. Now, even through these solar panels, if you flip them around a little bit, like this, you can sort of see inside so that you can see the water level rising. You can't see it just yet because I haven't connected the water, but I'm just saying that from up here, you should be able to even see the water rising. If the water is fast enough where you're not collecting the brine faster than the water's feeding it. It should be fine, but right now it should be good enough to go ahead and activate it. I think we have everything we need. As you can see, it says incomplete. That's because we haven't set it to start. And there it is. It accepted as a structure. It has a multiplier of 2 because we are in the desert biome. If we were in another biome, depending on the biome, the colder the biome, the lower this number. So you want to be in a hot biome, and it won't work in the desert, or I'm sorry, in the nether, because you need to be able to see the sun for the solar panels. I've tried different power supplies for this, and it doesn't work. So in the nether, I don't think you can do it unless you can provide some sort of sunlight that's acceptable with the Mekanism solar panels. So that's something to consider. Okay, so the maximum is 1,700 Fahrenheit. That's how hot this will get, and it'll start producing brine. 18 blocks high is the maximum height level. The brine, or the water, will collect here, the brine will output here, and we'll do that next. Let's go ahead and set up the water. Now, hopefully, moving it in those 2 blocks won't be something of a bad idea that I did. Hopefully it'll work. I think we can get rid of these chunk boundaries now. They're getting a little bit annoying. And so let's see. I'll set it somewhere here, I guess. Right here. And where's my ender tank? Is it here? Yes, it is. I'll set this right here, maybe? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just doing it off the cuff here. I haven't planned anything. But let's measure how far we need to get to this. Let's move this up so that it's in the air, but above. And it'll go something like this. Well, I guess I need another block here, and then the water, and then we'll get rid of this, and then we'll put the transfer behind. So that'll suck out the water. And it is sucking out the water already, it looks like. Let's just check up here and see if the water is being sucked out. The controller's on this side, I forgot. And, Okay, the temperature is rising. Let's see if there's any water. I don't see any water. So let's open up this valve. And so the water just drained really strongly there. And I still don't see water coming in. It looks like this ender tank is not fast enough to keep up. This is probably too slow because the salination is converting the water too fast. As you can see, all the water is gone. So that proves that this is definitely not going to work. We need, instead, to do something like this, where we're going to make an infinite water supply. And yeah, we'll do it right here in the center, a 3x3. And let me do that. I'll bring you right back. Alright, so I'm setting this up, and I thought I'd bring you back because I don't want to miss anything here. Okay, one more looks like, and we'll get rid of the... Oh, actually we need that spot, because that's going to hold up the transfer node. We'll place it right above, and then we'll get rid of it. Okay, so the reason why I'm putting it a little bit off center here is because I'm going to be placing another salination plant here, here, and here in some future if I really need it. I think I'm going to need it. The mechanism 5x ore processing does require a whole lot of brine. And so let's just grab some that we have here, some extras. And we'll go over here and connect this up. Now we're going to need the world interaction upgrades to suck out the water from here. And this should be more than enough, faster than it really needs. Let's see if it's... Oh yeah, look at that. It's going up and down because it's actually creating the brine. But once this brine gets filled, this water will start rising. Awesome. Alright, so I came back to get some more transfer pipe. I built the second salination plant. We'll take a look at it now. And here it is. It's within a chunk. And since the chunk is an even number of 16, I have 3 spaces left over from this corner. And 2 spaces like we saw before from this corner. Oops. Somebody is exploding somewhere around. Yeah, so we do have enough room. So yeah, if you could build a 3x3 in the center, you can just butt it up against that 3x3, and that should be a good measurement. And I should be able to fit the other 2 without a problem. So you can sort of see, this is what I wanted to show you, that the solar panels actually extend 1 block over the perimeter of the salination plant. And that's why you need that space, just to keep everything chunk loaded. So you see that the water is developing, is going up by 20,000 at a time. No, 10,000 at a time. About 11, 12,000 at a time, because the brine is already filled. And if we look inside, you can sort of see the water there. It's hard to see, but yeah, it's there. Let's see if we can flip this around just a little bit and take a look. Not that it's important, but just thought you might want to see that. This way you can see if your stuff is operating. You can sort of see it between these 2 there. Anyway, let's flip this around. I like straight lines on the solar panels. Yeah, this looks good. Alright, so what I was doing is that I ran out of some transfer pipe, so I went back to get some more. This way we can feed this guy here, and we may be able to instead feed it from here. Because since the other solar panel, well actually, yeah, it really doesn't matter. I think I have to go in an S shape. An S shape should be fine. We'll go here like this. And guys, you can see that it looks like it's not visually connected, but it actually is. We saw this one work already. It does work that way. With the world interaction upgrade, since I'm feeding 2 now, I'm going to put all of them like that. 64 should be more than enough. And so we can start this up. We can turn this one on, and it should work. Yeah, this will start developing some temperature, and it'll start working. Now for the output, we want to get rid of the brine that's in here. And the way I'm going to do it is I've colored this tank. Let's see where center is. It's there. How do I want to feed this? I sawed up a cover or panel. see what this is called. It's called an oak wood plank cover. And we're going to now be able to connect this from below without it connecting with this one. So we'll go across this way, and I think I'm going to keep the same level. So I'm coming out of here and going across here. And so the brine will come out into this. Let's turn this up. This way I can store it. Okay, so that one's connected to here. We now need one to here. And it's going to be connected the same way, but it goes down here instead. Let's see, right there. Let's get rid of this. And that should suck out. Or is it that, oh, actually, it's the other way around. This doesn't go here. This goes here. And we need the sucker on this side. Yeah, that'll suck it out and put it into here. We'll need the, oh, we don't need the world interaction upgrade, and this is filled already. Okay, this is going to work out great. I'm wondering how good this will work on our mechanism or processing, if it'll keep up. I'm really wondering. So the brine was automatically sucked out of there real quick, and it's still being sucked out of here. Water's collecting, which is cool. I want to send this over to a drum, and the drum will collect brine. This way, in the nighttime, we'll have extra brine to be able to use to process our ores at any time, whenever ores start coming in from the quarry. Now, I put the dimensional anchor down below. It could be anywhere within this chunk, just to keep this chunk loaded. And yeah, I think everything is done. We are now ready to receive brine. As you can see, the brine is already collected. And it's in here. Yep, it's in there. And I've set the color to black, which is me, white, which is overworld, and orange, which is sort of the color brine. Now, I think I didn't set this here because I had to redo this. So there it is. And I think that's what was holding it up. So this will start increasing now. Yep. But I think that's about it for this episode. I want to thank you for watching, guys. And I'll catch you all next time. You know, just one more thing, guys. I wanted to build the bedrockium drum for keepsake. So let's just build this real quick. I need the cauldron for the middle. Aha, my first bedrockium drum. I'll just set it over here and let it continue to collect. Right there. Oh yeah, it's already collecting. As you can see, the Wayla is showing that the brine is collecting. Alright, so I'm going to let that run for a little bit. And then for the next episode, we should be able to start up our mechanism processors. Alright guys, check you out the next time.